What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and obviously we've got another Despia deck profile for you today. It's more pure, definitely more consistent. I've played like two locals recently with this deck, and I finished 5-2. I beat like PK, Invoke, Dogmatica. Like I performed very well with this. It was for the like charity tin thing. I don't know, like you trade the tins and then you get like more OTS packs. Of course I didn't get anything in the OTS packs. I've not had any good luck in a while, but without further ado, guys, let's get into the deck profile because I absolutely love this deck and I'm really happy with the way that it functioned. So let's get into it. Starting off with the monsters, we've got 3 Aluba. Now Aluba is good and shit at the same time, and good and bad. So obviously when you normal summon it, you can add a branded spell or trap from deck to hand, and then the second effect is if a fusion monster leaves the field, then you can target one of your opponent's monsters, special summon, and negate that monster for the rest of the turn. So it's very good for that. Unfortunately you can only use one of each effect per turn, which is quite bad at the same time. But obviously you need him because he's your searcher, and when this has gone up to like £80 in the UK, like it's absolutely mad. The hype for branded fusion is unbelievable. I'm then playing 2 Dramaturge. So the reason I'm playing 2 is because I'm playing like more of a pure build. I do think 1 is normally enough, but I just wanted to see more names and more fusion cards with this build, and it worked out really well. So 2 of those. 1, add lithium, because this actually really helps, because some of the games I've had to make Verte and then I can fusion and bring back my Queritus. So because I've had to use the Queritus, so you should be able to like fuse, make Queritus, normal summon something, make Verte, and then I'll be able to fuse again with Ablithium, bring back Queritus, so you end with like Verte, Queritus and Dragoon on field. So this is actually very good. 1 is like perfect. The weird one is I play 2 Comedy. I just play 2 Comedy because it protects your stuff. So it will protect like things like your field spell. It will protect your Aluba from being impermed or chaliced or veiled, because it stops it from being targeted. So 2 is very good, and obviously it's another name that you can normal summon. Like playing more of these is not good because you can't normal summon it, so it's just another one that you can normal summon. So very good. Tragedy, I think second best card. This card's just so good. Again, you can only use 1 of each effect per turn, but being able to fuse with this straight from your hand and then getting an Aluba or getting a Dramaturge or getting a Comedy if your hand's already cracked, and then in the next turn being able to banish it to set a branded spell or trap just to keep going and keep recycling your materials is absolutely busted. And hopefully it gets an OTS super in the next one. Then of course we are playing one of my favourite monsters in the game, 2 Fawn of Albaz, and then his final form, some people are saying this is. Someone let me know down in the comment section below if this is actually his final form. It does look pretty cool. This is just to like fix the hand or try and get a little draw power going in, or get access to, if I've already got a Tragedy engraved, then this just sets whatever I need. And then Albaz is obviously very good for like super poly, going second, and I feel like 2 is the perfect number. I'm playing 3 Edgimp Chain. Like normally you don't play 3, but like it's normally like 3 Patchwork, 2 Chain and 2 Poly. But I just wanted, there were so many times I drew 1, so now only I can use 1 Patchwork. But now playing the 3, this actually won me a game against PK, because I just Patchwork into this, and then next turn I Patchwork again, then this, Patchwork again, and I just kept going and going and going, and I outgrounded him and I won. So 3 was absolutely perfect. Then unfortunately I resorted to the Dragoon package. It is what it is. That's what I was mentioning about Verte and Dragoon. Just like the deck's okay, but unfortunately your Masquerade is not a Despia monster, so Comedy doesn't protect it. So what I try to do is set up Dragoon and a Masquerade or 2 Masquerades, and then just protect the Masquerades. Like, they tried it in Perm, Dragoon negate that, like, I don't care. And then they just have to keep paying life points to activate stuff. So yeah, playing Dragoon over DPE. Got 3 Nibiru as my hand trap of choice. I just think it's very good, this format. And obviously it's a light, so if you go in second and you open this with a Fallen of Valbaz, you're just making so much advantage. So really liked this hand trap. That's the only monster hand trap that I'll play. Then into our spells. So I'll try and see if I can get them all on screen. So I've got 2 Branded Theatre. This is because if someone gets rid of one, it's easier to just, if you don't have a tragedy at hand, it's easier just to have a second one to search. Got 3 Branded Opening. It's essentially just a third, 3 more copies of Aluba. Then you've got 3 Branded. I've probably put these all like in weird positions. Then we've got 3 Branded in red. This card put in so much work. Like, this card was crazy. So most of the time off Aluba, I didn't search for this. I searched for Branded in red because it's just absolutely free. So I would like normal Aluba, add this, make maybe like a Masquerade or Queritus, then set this, and then on your turn you can add Tragedy back to your hand, for example, and then fuse from your hand, and then you get Tragedy's effect for follow up. You get Dramaturge again, stuff like that. It's just absolutely, it's so good. This card is broken, so I felt like I had to play 3. Branded Fusion obviously will probably overshadow this when it comes out, but for now, this is the card to go to. Then, as before mentioned, I'm playing the 3 Patchwork and the 3 Polarization. Again, like I said, against PK, this put in so much work. It's essentially why I won that matchup, just because just keep going, just that continuous, not continuous, but that Patchwork had Poly Edge Imp, use those, add this back with Edge Imp, use it next turn. It was absolutely wild. It generally won me the game. Like, this was quality. The 1 Red Eyes Fusion, we played Dragoon, unfortunately, so it has to be played. It actually threw a lot of people off. Like, I drew it a couple of games and I just activated it, and I managed to get Dragoon, and then just because all of the good spells are, so like for example Branded in red and Branded Opening are quick play spells, I just use them on my opponent's turn. So you just play on their turn and set up during their turn if you activate Red Eyes Fusion. So although you didn't get to set up much more than a Dragoon, you still got to play, which was nice. It's not their turn, it's our turn. We're playing 42 cards because I'm playing 2 Super Poly. Was very good. Access code would have just obliterated me one of the games, so I just Super Poly'd it away. Yeah, was really happy with it. Not much you can say. I saw it. 2 was good because I saw it when I needed it, and when I didn't need it, I didn't see it. So yeah, 2 was good. And then the last card is another Go Second card, and it's just 3 Chalice. Chalice was really good. It was actually quite funny one of the games because someone was going to attack over my Masquerade for like a couple of hundred, so I Chalice my Masquerade, and then their monster couldn't attack over it. And then obviously next turn my Masquerade was back again, so it was kind of funny. But yeah, 3 of those. Now on to the extra deck. So we'll get it out of the way just now. I'm playing Verte and Dragoon. Like, we'll just get it out of the way. Verte obviously just to make Dragoon. Sorry for the gold, but I actually prefer the gold, so I'm not sorry. Yeah, Dragoon. It won me like a couple of games, so I can't complain. It threw people off because once they saw the Verte, they thought they were getting DPE'd, and then once I sent Red Eyes Fusion, they were like, ah, fuck. And I was like, yeah. So it threw a few people off. And then for our Despia monsters, or not Despia monsters, fuck you Konami. Thank you very much for not making this a Despia monster. We've got 2 Masquerade. I felt like I needed 3, I won't lie. There was a couple of times I was like, I wish I had a 3rd one. Queritus again, I was like, maybe 2 I need, but I just recycled it back with branded in red. And then Proskinion, I didn't make, but it's nice to have that option there. My only light is either using Queritus or like Super Poly or my Nibiru, but it is a very good force to have, because like it didn't come up, but you can take someone's DPE, so they can DPE effect, then you can make Proskinion, and then you can take their DPE, which is hilarious realistically. So yeah. Then just for like Starving Venom is my only realistically super poly target, and then I do play the first Dark Lord. I never made this. I think I'm going to cut this and put something else in, maybe like another Masquerade or a second Queritus. This is obviously an easy cut when the new Owlbear structure deck comes out, but until then I've got this motherfucker in there. Then we've got Albion the Branded Dragon, Spring, and Titaniclad for our Fallen of Owlbear's super poly targets. This is obviously anything special summoned that turn, so that's really good. If they get rid of your Queritus, you can summon this. This was very good against the PK player because they scythed me in the turn, but after I made this, and then I moved it over and just destroyed the column which had their Bardiche and their Siphon, and they couldn't scythe me again that turn. So buzzing like that was really good. And then I just tacked over their last monster and then just outgrinded them after that. So it was very, very good. Obviously this is just a second fusion, and Titaniclad, we know what that does. And then the last ones, we've got obviously Dingirsu, just to get rid of anything that is like a bit problematic or a bit too big. I did go up against a B-Trooper guy that made a 5k Link monster, and I was like, oh shit. I don't have anything big enough to beat over that. Like Proskinion is 3-2 and Dramaturge is 3k, but other than that we don't have anything huge. So Dingirsu is good for those. And obviously we've got the Dragoon package. I probably should have made this against B-Trooper. B-Trooper is one of the games that I lost. It was one of the 2 games I lost. Because I was messing around and I just Dragoon attacked with 2 level 8s, because I made Branded in red and made Masquerade, because I was being stupid, because I made Masquerade and then I was going to attack with both of them, and then I think he could only use 3 monster effects with the damage I was about to deal, but Branded in red says you can't attack directly, so I missed, like, just classic Yu-Gi-Oh player not reading his cards. So I messed up there. I should have just, once I made those, just overlaid for Jiggalubion, made Numeron, and just hit for total damage, but we live, we learn. But guys, that's the deck profile. Like I said, I went 5-2 over 2 locals. One was 4 rounds, one was 3 rounds. I'm pretty happy with the way it performed. Obviously, like I said, I beat a PK player. He's one of the better players in our locals as well, so that feels good. I played really well that game. You got to take those victories like that. Like, generally, I played really, really well. I just outplayed him. So I'm happy with that. And the deck performed really, really well like this. Way more consistent. I'd never had a dead hand, where before my deck building's been a bit lackluster and I've had a few like dud hands. But this deck got loads of I'm just putting loads of names and loads of fusion cards and then just see what happens. And yeah, was really, really good. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. There will be more stuff coming up. There is a Fallen of Owlbear's Go Second deck profile coming up soon as well. I played that recently at locals and got 2nd place across 4 rounds. So I went X1, performed really, really well. Beat like the new altar guys, stuff like that. My only loss was the bird up, and that's because Smorg is annoying. Basically shuts down what I needed to do with summoning the barrier statue, and then he just had like and then game 2 he had Imperial Order, and unfortunately the Fallen of Albazgo second deck just has a load of broken spells. So yeah, I just scooped, to be honest. It is what it is. Lyrilusk is the best deck in the format, in my opinion, at the moment, so it is what it is. But yeah, Fallen of Albaz deck profile coming soon, guys. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.